I feel like I'm in good company with this topic.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure. My loins are girded.
Yeah. Well, maybe you need to do something about that. I need to talk about diet culture, and there's no one better to speak to than my friend Courtenay. Because you've
Come at me.
done
I haven't
a lot
had a
of...
carb in 4 days.
Have you not?
Nah, I'm sad. I feel depressed.
I'm surprised you're not more mad at me. I made you like move things around. And
I don't know. I'm kind of in the
you're just broken.
Fuzzy part. Like, it's just like I'm tired and devastated about my life and the decisions.
Yeah, I'm devastated for you. The reason I want to talk about diets is because as a world, we are getting more and more obese. We are letting ourselves go. We're not doing enough physical activity. And here's the reason. Because every 5 fucking minutes, there's another diet, there's another trend, or there's another supposed health expert who's telling us that everything we know is wrong.
Yeah.
Because they started an Instagram and they might be actually like a trained medical professional. This is the thing, like people can go and be trained dietitians and then they come out and they say, hey, all the other dietitians, they're mostly wrong.
Yeah.
And it happened to me again this week and I just thought, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of these new things that keep coming out and telling us that we're completely wrong.
Tell me what the new thing is. Tell me what I should be doing.
It's not even that. It's not even that new. So here's where I landed with my health, right?
Okay.
90% of the time, I'm pretty good, right? I eat veg. I eat clean protein.
Yeah.
I eat as many healthy carbs as I can, but I also have rice and sometimes I have bread. I don't have too much of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a sweet guy. It's all the salty food that's the problem for me. But that's what I thought. I thought we're at a stage where moderation was key. Meal size was key, and also having a high protein, high veg diet.
So
that's what I thought was
what worked for all the generations before. Is moderation, fruit and vegetables, some meat, some carbs.
Yeah, and that's what I thought was the benefit. Oh my god!
Occasional sweets.
Oh my god!
Both of you the dog? Two dogs.
They just opened the door. Get out!
How did they do that?
Get out!
They're geniuses. Ari, come here. Show your face.
Outside. Come outside. This is the culprit.
Oh.
This is the culprit. Go, Charlie, outside. Go, outside.
Let him stay.
No, just don't stop. Yeah, so what you said about everything that our parents had done in the years prior, like... Obviously, we were doing more processed food in the 90s.
Well, it started to become cheaper and more readily available. Prior to that, like if you wanted to send the kids to school with food, I think that you would just send like a sandwich and fruit, and if you made something at home like a muffin or whatever. But now you can get all that stuff in the shop and they have to chuck all these preservatives in it.
To make it last.
And that makes it last and it's less healthy. But like also... all of our all of the generations have had a thing, right? Like diet culture thing. Like our parents' generation, like think of the 80s and then the 90s as well. That was all fat free. But now
fat
everyone's like fat, eat high fat, make your cheese high fat, and blah,
sugar's
blah.
the enemy.
Sugar's the enemy. Whereas like my mother-in-law is like, sugar's fine. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it is, but okay.
And this is the thing, right? So we're all sitting there, we're going, what? And I've done the same thing as you. There's a food influencer or a fitness influencer and we watch them and then they tell us what we should be doing and then they start saying some crazy stuff and you go, I don't know if I need to follow this person anymore.
No.
Because now you're speaking crazy and also maybe you're kind of saying opposite to what you did when you first started 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's all very, very confusing. There's another guy, he's called Bart Kay. He is a retired professor in health sciences. He has an expertise in human nutrition, exercise physiology, and cardiovascular pathophysiology. Oh my God.
Sounds made
Jesus
up, but
Christ. Okay. So he's not busy enough. He's worked with elite sports teams like the New Zealand All Blacks and also the Australian Defence Force and also NRL referees. So these people need to be peak fitness.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that someone like this, you would go, well, I would normally want to trust what he says.
Yeah, absolutely.
because he's been working with people at like peak. But I'm not looking to function like an athlete.
No.
I'm looking to make sure that my body stays as healthy as it possibly can so I don't fall apart at 45.
And that's the thing. Like, I think we've all been tricked into thinking we need as much protein as athletes as well. So they're like, do you want to lose weight? Make sure you keep your protein up. But like, I'm short, right? If I want to be in a calorie deficit, I have to be under like 1,400 calories, which is not a lot for the day because of my height. So if I want that and then they go plus get 150 grams of protein, do you know how freaking hard it is to get 150 grams of protein while keeping calories down? But actually you only need like a gram per kilo that you want to be.
Right, okay.
So like if you're working towards like, say you're 100 kilos but you want to be 90 kilos, try and get 90 grams.
I feel very attacked.
Try and get 90 grams
I don't know why you came for me specifically then. I get it, mate. I read your text messages, okay? I get it. So his core claim about how we're going to get there is not dissimilar to a lot of people who are saying this online, and this was a very big a few years ago, and I feel like it's having more of a resurgence now, the carnivore diet. It's all meat, no plants. Is this what you're currently doing? Yeah. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Now, this guy, Bart, says that this is the quote-unquote correct human diet because he believes that fibre is useless. Nay, it's harmful to us to have fibre. And fruits and vegetables are just toxins.
No, that's dumb.
So his arguments are that plants have anti-nutrients and chemical defenses that are bad for humans. He says that fibre, it being necessary for humans, is a health myth. He argues that there's zero scientific evidence showing that fibre has any real health benefits. Well, if I don't have it, I don't poo, and that's a problem. He claims fibre can worsen constipation, and he says he has daily bowel movements without it. I'm so glad I know so much more about Bart now.
Yeah, wow.
So there's an even more extreme version that is suggested called the Lion Diet. Have you heard of this?
No. Oh, do you eat it raw? You eat it raw.
No. It's only red meat.
Yeah.
Only. So obviously the carnivore diet is obviously chicken and fish and everything, but this is only red meat, salt and water. That's all you eat as a human.
But okay, so there's red meat is beef. Is lamb a red meat?
Yeah.
And then like ox tail and stuff, like those types. Yeah. So we're just talking like not birds and fish.
Yeah, essentially.
No, I couldn't. I hate lamb. It's gross.
That's true. You do hate lamb. So you just be a beef girly.
Yeah, it'd be beef, breakfast, lunch and dinner. What about milk? No milk?
No. No milk. This is the Lion Diet. So there was somebody called Dr. Fiona Willer, who's from Dietitians Australia, who says
a woman doctor. D-O-C-T-O-R.
Yeah, I know. Apparently they're making them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spelled the same as like a man doctor. I don't know. She has DR in front of her name. Anyway, it says that's a joke before you jump in the comments.
Yeah, what I said is literally a quote from the movie. So chill.
She says that the carnivore diet is not healthy, especially long term. She emphasizes the importance of a balanced diet. So with fiber, fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. I can't even say it. And she calls this anti-fiber stance misinformed and potentially dangerous. So here's the thing. You can just say anything, right? So you can be an actual expert. And this guy, by all accounts, actually has
he's got the credentials.
Degrees behind him. He has the credentials to show us that he knows what he's talking about, or is at least meant to. And he's come out and he said this is bullshit. Now, it could be like climate change, whereas like 97% of climate change experts say climate change is real. And then there's a bunch of, there's a handful of people who are like, no.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't exist at all. But I feel like there's more and more, and I don't know if it's just because it's louder or because, we live in a global world now, or the social media is just attacking me, but there's just so many different things. How is anyone meant to know exactly what they're meant to do with their diet when you've got so many conflicting things? Everyone needs to get together and just fucking agree on a diet. Now, I know every diet will work, like everybody's body is different and some people can't have certain things and whatever, and you've got to do what's right for you. But we're talking about like vast differences of people saying that like have like healthy fruits and make sure you have a lot of greens and make sure you have lean protein and all that. Make sure you exercise. And then people who are like this, who are like red meat, salt and water, baby. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Don't go
I
any
watched
further.
this documentary about the Liver King on
I wanna watch
Netflix.
it. Is it good?
Oh, you should.
He's
and
a
watch it with
friggin'
your
con
husband.
artist. So
he is
funny.
a psycho and
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
got called out for conning because of his whole
yeah.
testosterone thing that he definitely wasn't doing. But he was also one of the ones talking about the 9 ancestral fucking pillars to your life. And that was like batshit wellness.
And he
But
was
people
doing it
fully
like,
believe in it.
Yeah, and he had his kids on the diet and stuff too.
Yeah,
which is a bit fucked up.
They like killed this animal and then the kids are just like eating the testicles. Yeah.
Oh.
This is what's happening.
Oh.
Now,
Cook the testicles before you eat them.
no, they don't cook them. They just eat them raw. You just hook it into liver raw
Jesus Christ, no.
because you don't need anything else. And look, I get it. If you're eating like a high liver diet, you're not eating a lot of carbs. So obviously, if you're cutting out a food group, you're going to be eating a lot less calories or something. So you're probably going to be a lot slender or, you know, you got more protein, whatever. But I'm just so confused. And I just get why the world is like getting fatter. So all these people like Bart, I don't think Bart's helping.
No.
Bart
I
putting
do
out
actually,
this.
I think that there's got to be some correlation to the changing diet industry and obesity and how they play together, because I know, like, queen of yo-yo diets, anytime I did a diet, it would be like, great, I've lost this weight, and then within a couple of weeks I'd gained it all back plus more. So you're like on this cycle, and it hasn't been until I've just been a normal eater and just watched what I ate, when I ate it, how much I ate of it, that I was able to at least maintain. And look, I'm the first to admit that I'm always looking to get skinnier. That's just who I am. That's my nature.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a 90s baby. But I can at least...
She was raised by Kate Moss.
Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. But... like, I can at least admit this about myself and then go, but I know that, like, even if I'm being a bit naughty, like consistently naughty now, I know I'm not going to be, like, overweight, because I do understand my body enough.
And you've got more balance.
Yeah, and
you've
there's
got more control.
balance. But I feel like, I don't know, that might be a bit of a stretch, but the obesity thing is like pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy how obese people are now.
Yep.
And I think it's great that the drugs are readily available to help people lose the weight quickly. And then I think a lot of the time it's that people want a quick fix, and that's a problem.
Yes.
I know that's
you don't
the same
learn
with
anything.
me as well, because you and you start a diet and you're like, well, why aren't I to my goal weight yet? And it's been like 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
And like Ozempic at least helps a little bit with that. But yeah, it's like it's a weird time for diet. It's funny, in the dieting thing, my algorithm now only shows me the people like evidence-based training. So like him and the Aussie fitness guy, I think his name is, and they're just really like balanced. They're just all about have a bit of carbs, have a bit of protein, have a bit of sweets, whatever, and you'll be fine. So I don't know, it must be like the algorithm must have recognized that. What have you been Googling? Have you been like, what's the latest diet that I can try?
No, I haven't even been like obsessed with dieting or anything. I might have been saying things in group situations talking about diets.
Oh, and then the phone's listened.
And now it's
like, I'm going to tell him to just only eat meat like a big, strong man.
And this guy, this was based off a Daily Mail article that I read. And then I looked him up, which was bad.
Deep dive.
But prior to that, I think the diet things are always being fed to us.
Oh, yeah. There's always
pun intended.
something.
And we're so ready to gobble them up. And then because it makes sense, right? Because we're so easily convinced. So you hear something where someone goes, yeah, but this, and then you go, well, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
If I just did this and nothing else,
yeah,
I'd want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Because that's not life. That's just not life. And how are you going to enjoy life? And I'm not saying that you can't go through periods where you like cut back on things and you go, you know what, I'm going to do this for the next couple of weeks. And I'm not crazy restricting myself. I'm not cutting huge food groups out. I'm not doing extreme things. But if you just went, you know what, I need to cut my meal size down for a couple of weeks because I've been going a bit heavy. I don't think that's crazy.
No.
But for certain people, like when they say to us like fiber, this Bart guy who says that fiber is a thing that was just like fed to us and we were meant to have it, but it's not the correct human diet, that confuses the shit out of us.
Well, yeah, and it's the whole like carnivore, the only thing we ever ate was meat thing is bullshit as well, because humans, if they saw fruit on the tree, they would have eaten the fruit on the tree. Like, are you telling me there was no fruit on the trees? Like, if we're going by Bible's terms, there absolutely was fruit on the trees. Eve took the fruit off the tree and then shit like hit the fan, you know? So like there was fruit. You're telling me that the cavemen weren't like curious and like, and then ate the fruit? Like they absolutely would have done that. And that's fiber. Like apple is fiber. So.
God, you need to win an award for that. Just you being a caveman. That's peak. I don't think this podcast could get any better. Anyway, we've solved nothing, but I'm hungry. I'm so hungry.
Fucking same. I want a carb like you wouldn't believe it.